Welcome back, everyone. India, as a country, has been keen to participate in the African Asian Festival as one of the many forms of cooperation between Egypt and India. And modern Egypt-India relations go back to the context between Saad Zaghloul and Mahatma Gandhi on the common goals of their respective movements of independence. In 1955, Egypt under Gamal Abdel Nasser and India under Nehru became the founders of the non-aligned movement, and the Indian people, as a matter of fact, have very warm feelings of friendship towards Egyptians, whom they regard as an ancient civilization just like themselves, and civilized people as well. India is participating in the festival, and therefore we have with us Mr. Parkash Sharma, and he is one of the jury, and he's going to tell us, he's a jury member, he's going to tell us more about the participation of India. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us in Nile Cruise.
Thank you very much for inviting in such a beautiful place like Sharm el Sheikh. And I'm very happy that for the first time at the right location, Egypt has made a right choice and bringing two continents, Asia and Africa, to be integrated in Arabic world and at the right spot. So I hope that the first edition will get a great success. And being an Indian, I'm very happy that India is participating as a member of jury, and also there can be certain movies to be seen in this festival from Asia and African continent.
Is this your first time here in Sharm el Sheikh?
Yeah, it's my first time in Egypt, and I came with several intentions in order to improve the relationship of India and Egypt. So first thing is to help the festival to grow as a global expert. I have provided them the movies from Russia and from Ukraine and Kazakhstan also, and we'll be very happy to develop this festival further and take it to the international level. And I'm sure that the presence of the festival is always very good for the publicity of Sharm el Sheikh, specifically for tourism and as a location for a film shooting.
That's a very important thing you're touching upon as a cinema expert, of course. Now, if we're talking about cinema, Egypt has a very long history, more than 100 years of cinema making and filmmaking. And India also emerged as very powerful when it comes to filmmaking. I want to tell you that many Egyptians have shifted to India instead of the United States. I personally know many of them. Many of my friends send their sons and their relatives to India to study filmmaking and to study cinema. Now, since Egypt and India share this very thing in common, how do you see the prospect of cooperation in this regard?
First of all, there is a very good start, and as you have seen that a lot of our actors have visited Egypt, like including Mr. Bachchan, who is Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, who is very famous in Egypt.
Very famous in Egypt.
He has been traveling.
So many Indian actors are very famous in Egypt.
Yes, Shah Rukh Khan was there last time also.
Mr.
Akshay Kumar had shot a movie here. So Egypt as a location is one of the favorable locations for India. And even my next movie I'm going to shoot in Egypt. So
that's a surprise.
It's a surprise, and after the festival I'll be staying here for more than a week, and we'll be traveling to Alexandria, Luxor, and also to other cities to see the locations, so that at the end of the year, we start shooting a new movie in Egypt as a location that will give boost to Egyptian tourism also, because in India the movies are watched by millions of people, so it's a good advertisement, and we expect some good cooperation from Egyptian government.
See, this is very important news we're giving you here. This is very important news because India is going to be shooting films here in Egypt, in Sharm el Sheikh, in Alexandria, in so many attractive touristic places, utilizing its huge and amazing audience that exceed the millions in order to showcase the beauty of Egypt. Sir, you're touching upon a very important issue here, which is attracting tourists and attracting people through filmmaking and drama and series and sitcoms. Now, so many countries have actually utilized their countries, shooting outdoors, bringing the scenery to the public, and they made millions in tourism revenues just because of this very simple reason.
Absolutely right. But, like India is invited by more than 52 countries, And we always get some incentives starting from 15% to 40%. Sometimes a government like Fiji, they give 50 to 52%. So depending on whether there is a film commission in Egypt, we can approach them and get some incentives to cash back, it's called a tax return and tax rebate it is called. So if we get certain kind of support from Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Egyptian government, we are ready to involve also Egyptian crowd and Egyptian actors in our movie and see that it becomes a great theatrical success in Egypt and in some other part of the world. So shooting abroad is always going to help any country for promoting their location, and that brings also a lot of tourism coming in the country. And at the moment, Sharm el Sheikh, which has lost little bit charm for attracting tourists, so that is the right step for them also to support such kind of a festival as well as any kind of production coming to Egypt and specifically to the Sharm el Sheikh.
And I believe, sir, that the festival is a very good opportunity for you to make even more connections and try to get to know the people so that they would facilitate everything for you when you come and start shooting here, and also take a look around the city, spots the interesting places.
Definitely, because that's the reason that I have joined the festival and I accepted immediately. And I've been helping them also to develop, and we have been communicating since long. And I'm thankful to my friend Mrs. Sharif Awad, who has invited me, and also I'm ready to cooperate to grow the festival. Because nowadays what happens is that every top city has a festival. So Sharm el Sheikh being one of the top touristic resort, there was no festival here. So once it goes through the publicity, the people will start realizing and they will definitely come to the festival.
Actually, there was a film festival.
Yeah.
I was here in March for the film festival in Sharm el Sheikh. The thing is, we need to do more about it. We need to...
more publicity.
More publicity.
It should be recognized globally, because nowadays what happened, there are more than 4,000 festivals in the world. So, to keep your presence within this 4,000 festival, you need to have a unique solution so that people get attracted to your festival. Because now it's a tradition. Each festival which wants to be successful, they have film market, they have co-production market in the festival, they have finance market in the festival. So that attracts the global participants to come and do business also. Apart from art, culture, angle of business should be there for the growth of the festival.
Sir, how participating films in the festival?
I think that the festival has selected very good movies since last 2 years which were completed. I myself has given a very good movie from Russia which is called Battle of Sevastopol, and another movie I gave it from Kazakhstan, and there are certain other movies from Asian and African countries. So I think that the quality of the movies are very good and people will love and enjoy watching it.
In your opinion, what is interesting about this festival?
I think that interesting part is there are two interesting things. One is combining two continents, which is a very big thing, combining Asia and Africa together. And African cinema needs boost. Asia has more experience and Asia has a market. Like Asia means you can say China, there is a market is growing, Indian market is growing, South Korean market is growing, Russian market is growing. So a lot of countries, Iranian market is growing, So a lot of Asian countries, they are at the top. But in Africa, the film industry is still struggling to get their distribution channel for selling the movies and so on. And making the festival in Arabic world is also going to give big advantage for the Arabic world and even for the Egyptian industry to integrate with it. But I would propose another advice and another proposition is that there should be two festivals in Sharm el Sheikh, depending on the season. One should be Afro-Asian, which you have established. Another should be a global festival, like International Film Festival, which will combine whole world. Giving opportunities to American cinema, European cinema, Latino American cinema is also a part of a globalization. So if you make two events, that will give you two opportunities for Sharm el Sheikh to attract the film audience as well as a lot of publicity for them.
Okay. Mr. Prakash Sharma, thank you very much for being with us in Nile Cruise, and best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We'll be right back after a short break.